Elephant picnic came without a video. Today, me and my mommy is eating competitor food.
And this situation will not end unless we have an end of
We
the
are eating
Israeli occupation. The Israeli
and
occupation is the problem. It has been the problem all the time.
and
It has been the problem since
to eat a
76 years.
competitor food.
And as long as the world doesn't understand that the only way to get to peace, to justice, is through ending the Israeli apartheid and the Israeli occupation and the Israeli oppression of the Palestinian people, we will not see peace. You sound very pessimistic.
Is it we do competition food? I know I get up. Oh, I mean, lots of fish.
The wider Palestinian struggle, and you see a breakthrough in Qatar, more technicality, part of a much wider struggle that needs dealing with. Well, we're talking about two different issues. The first issue is the ceasefire that we very much need in Gaza, and I think we're much closer to it than any time before. And that's mainly because of the pressure that was exercised by President Trump, President-elect Trump on Netanyahu. And I think Netanyahu understands now that he cannot go in confrontation with Trump. That's the main reason why he's moving in the direction of ceasefire. But on the other hand, that doesn't mean that the Palestinian struggle is over and that the confrontation between us and the Israeli occupation is over. Well, that will be over only when we have the end of occupation and when we have peace on our land that is just and when Palestinians have the right for self-determination. But we welcome very much the efforts to have a ceasefire, mainly because we want to end this terrible genocide. And we hope that it will not be only the end of a battle, a ceasefire, but also an end of the war in Gaza. How do you evaluate the sense of cohesion between Palestinians and many groups and many factions? I mean, the Palestinian Authority has been previously accused by Hamas of doing Israel's work in cracking down on Palestinian fighters in the occupied West Bank. I mean, what do these divisions between Palestinian groups and factions mean for the prospects of a stable Palestinian governance, both in the occupied West Bank and indeed in the future Gaza? We can't afford any more internal divisions, and that's why we've been calling since this morning and before that for the immediate implementation of Beijing Declaration, which would lead to the establishment of a national consensus government, a unity government, and we're calling for a unified Palestinian leadership. The only beneficiary from internal Palestinian fights or internal Palestinian problems are the Israeli side. And they are trying to abuse these differences and these problems. On the issue of Jenin, we called this morning again to end the Palestinian security operation there. And there are very good social initiatives to solve the problem peacefully. That's what Palestinian people need. All right, Mustafa Barghouti, Secretary General of the Palestinian National Initiative. Good to see you, Al Jazeera. Thank you. Thank you so much. Syria's Foreign Minister Saad al-Shabani is set to visit Turkey in its first official visit to the country. Last month, Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan led a delegation to Damascus and urged the lifting of sanctions. Ankara was among the first governments to pledge support for the new Syrian administration. Let's speak to Selim Kosoli now, who's in Ankara with more on this. So, Selim, what exactly do we expect from this visit by Syria's Foreign Minister to Turkey?
This visit was actually on the plan, and today Syria's new administration's foreign minister is accompanied by the defense minister and the intelligence chief of the new administration, and three politicians, three bureaucrats of the new administration will be meeting with their Turkish counterparts in the Turkish capital, Ankara, today. Of course, this visit of the Syrian delegation will also serve as a basis for a long-awaited visit by Ahmed al-Shara, who is expected to meet Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Turkey very soon. But of course, given the situation in the United States, the presidential this will take some time. But this visit will also serve as a preparation for this. Of course, happen in Turkey, and millions of Syrian refugees have been hosted by Syria. That's why yesterday, on Tuesday, the Syrian administration's foreign minister said that they will be paying their first visit to Turkey, a country that has always embraced this sort of hospitality for the Syrian people.
Hopefully.
Now
That's one with me.
everybody is discussing about the role of Turkey in
What about the other
the
one?
opposition's takeover of the Syrian government after late November
You say can we mean because I eating
2024.
meat
And no one is sure how
and drinking water.
strongly influential
I know that you can
Turkey
win.
will be in terms of political affairs in the country. But definitely
You are not drinking water, you are not eating meat.
in restructuring the country,
Go on.
rebuilding the state
I wanna know.
institutions in Syria, which definitely need help because
Yeah, okay, I thought it, I thought it.
My son is winning me.
who remained from the
My son
Bashar
don't win.
Assad government, but of course they will need a lot
Eh.
of help in
Oh yeah, we never
building
will finish meat day.
Eh.
We never eat meat. I know say na simple fish, now you go take something for bone. No, that one bone is too much. Take this.
Jointly organized with the Qatari
Mommy, I give you
company to
fish.
Syria, and Turkey has already been providing electricity to the northern part of Syria that was under control of the Turkish-backed opposition faction. And just let me remind you a small detail. The Syrian administration's foreign minister Al-Shibani actually had his PhD studies, completed his PhD studies in Istanbul. So there is a strong woman-to-woman relation. Millions of Syrian refugees are expected to be the friendly connection of Turkey in the coming days of Syria. Of course, as I said, Turkey will definitely play a role in the construction, and we try to explain it in our story. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan embraces Syria's new leader Ahmed al-Shara in Damascus in a sign of Turkey's growing influence in shaping Syria's future. Just days after Bashar al-Assad fled, al-Shara was seen with Turkish intelligence chief Ibrahim Kalin. Within a week, the Turkish flag was raised at the embassy that has reopened after 12 years. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump called Turkey a major force and key to Syria's future.
It's Turkey, that's the country that has the most potential and the most genuine influence, to be honest, to shape things. Now, they don't need massive foreign investment.